Hi everyone, this is Alex at WIP Crochet. How's everybody doing? This is my work in progress Wednesday, which has been a month since I've done one of these, but at least I finally got a project finished. And I want to show you some of the things I got as Christmas gifts, which admittedly were already on my wish list that maybe I've forgotten about. And also a purchase I made from Della, which, as you may know, I was a huge fan after I bought one of her other items. But more about that later. Where should we start? Works in progress. Now, I show you some of these because I'm not perfect. Okay, so this is excuse one. So the first one, let's do that again without me going out of shot. So the first one is something I actually started working on. It was like the third crochet project I ever did, and I'm super proud of it. And that is the Big Skulls design by Sixel Designs. And I did the first panel, and then my idea was I was going to do another panel in one of the different designs, and the two of them didn't line up. So this is the cushion I really wanted, but I didn't actually get it done. And what I did, if you remember a few months ago, I showed you that while I was on vacation, I started working on the other side. So I'm going to show you the first side, and this is it. And it's a big, very squishy pillow. I will post the link to Sixel Designs below. I've definitely talked about their work before. And this looks so cool on camera. And I'm going to show you side number 2, which is the purple skulls. Now, this was all worked up in Barocco Vintage, which is a pretty nice blended wool yarn. And I stuffed it just with your average fiber fill. And it's very cool. But you are seeing where we had a little bit of an issue. And one of the reasons for this is this side ended up being a little smaller than this side. So being my third crochet project, I think I crocheted this one quite tight. And that was, I didn't want to redo it. This is a lot, many hours work. I'm not a very fast crocheter, but on the face of it, I love it. So this side will go with my bedroom. It's all this, but my bedroom is purple and dark. But you gotta love a white skull. So this goes to prove, I hope, because when you see that, that looks really cool, and actually it's looking really cool on camera. Or even that, things don't have to be perfect, because nobody's gonna look at your side seam. This one's, I was like, oh, one of them's okay. This one's not bad. It's possible I overstuffed it, but it is incredibly squishy, and it makes me blissfully happy. I do definitely want to make more of her designs. I quite fancy the Alexander, which is a snake design. I actually already own it, and I may or may not, actually very much do, already have some yarn picked out for it, including some Metallico from Hobie. So that's exciting. So hopefully you like that, and I'm really pleased that this finally got done. Sadly, that might be one of the only projects I have completed. I am still, I really wanted this finished for Halloween, working on this cardigan. It's not currently attached to a ball of yarn, and it's kind of it looks a mess right now, because I've got a bunch of stitch markers in here. So I'm going to throw it on. This is one of the arms. The sleeve will kind of roll back, it'll all go around. It'll be very, very kind of crazy. I've talked about this cardigan before and why I just fancy trying something with this yarn, and I do love it. I believe it actually might be an LGBT colour. I did not realise that at the time, but I've been referring to this as my Nevermore cardigan because these colours really reminded me of Nevermore Academy. If anybody's seen Wednesday, isn't season 2 of that due out soon as well? So this is coming along, but right now I'm trying to get all lined up for putting the second sleeve on. and it involves me lying it down on the ground, and I got it half done, the kids got involved, and I don't really have to lay it out, but it helps me visualize, and I just haven't got it laid out again, and I keep starting other projects. Speaking of starting other projects, some of you remember I got the Beetlejuice themed Advent hangover box. Ooh, lost crochet hook. And I found this awesome pattern. It's the Callisto Crescent by Sweet Crochet Dreams. And with a name like that, she's gonna love that they're gonna love that I started this Beetlejuice inspired scarf. But doesn't this look fabulous? So these two colors, this pattern actually matched the amount of yarn I needed. I will try and post a picture up of it, and I'm sure I will. So in this corner you will see kind of the crescent shawl. I will post links to this below. I bought the pattern from Ravelry, and you'll just see, I think this is very Beetlejuice, the very Tim Burton stripes, the colour of the yarn, and I think the pattern just screams Beetlejuice, but without actually being super obvious if you're not kind of into screaming your fandoms quite so much. And these yarns are awesome. So the black and the white, I got 50 grams each of those skeins, which aren't quite black and white, and I've forgotten the exact names of them. And then this beautiful green kind of tweed yarn with all these kind of neon elements. I'm really hoping those glow under black light, because that's going to end up looking really cool. And because it's Beetlejuice, I had to use one of my Scorpio crochet hooks. These are so beautiful. I know Furls have got the hooks on offer right now. I actually do prefer their metal ones, I think, to their resin, but I'm being very controlled and not buying more of the Scorpio ones, although I know I'll cave at some point, but maybe not now. But yeah, I can't say enough how much I love these Furls Scorpio hooks. Question for anybody who's watching this: what do you store your Furls hooks in? I know they do the trays, and they have like their yarn wallets. Their wallets that are like $60-something. Does anybody use anything else? I've seen these very cool 3D printed ones that somebody does, that I will probably end up buying. But if anybody else has any suggestions on how to kind of keep them nice and neat and organized, that would be amazing. Oh, and the other thing I'm using for this pattern is, this is not the Della I'm going on about. This actually came with my hat box, the little mesh totes, and these are, I'm loving this. It glides so nicely. I know there's other companies that do things like this, but the nice thing about Della Q, paying that little bit of extra money, it just feels hardier. The studs are hardier, the yarn glides through really nicely. I actually had the black and the white coming through. I'm not going to be working with them for a while, so I just cut them off, but I could totally have them still fed through if I wanted to. And it's very comfortably fitting the 3 balls of yarn like this. And because I've made them center pulls, they all came up very nicely through this case. And then it's got the little zip for notions. And you don't have to buy one of the cases to get these. This is a really nice little purchase for yourself. I can strongly recommend. And I promise I am not sponsored by Della Q. But Della Q, if you want to. Not really. Anyway. Also, Christmas presents. So some of the things I got for Christmas. This is pretty boring. I already had the Clover Armor hooks, but just to show you how I am a little anal about these things, I really wanted the case for them. I'd actually been keeping them in the plastic, and now I have the handy little case. It was $20 on Amazon. Somebody bought it from my wish list. Actually, my mother-in-law completely spoiled me this year. But yes, that is all my Clover Armor hooks. The colour of this is brown and pink. It's got a little notions pad. It is very hard wearing. Is it worth $20? Probably not really. But it is a little bit nicer than some of the other cases. It is a little bit padded to give you hooks and protection. This is just a much easier way to store them. I don't like them rattling around in pencil cases and having to sort of sort through. I really like this style case. So if anybody's got a good suggestion of a case that is going to fit the furls hooks, I'm really would be grateful. But if you're interested, if you have the clover hooks, I do really like this case for them. If you're a little kind of obsessive OCD, like things ordered, these fit really nicely in here. But I guess it's a boring one. Other things I got, actually more hooks, also from mother-in-law, and it is the Higher crochet hook set. Now I'm getting through a lot of crochet hooks, and Higher were actually the hook I used on the first project. I bought it along with all the yarn on the Lion brand website, which is a great place to start. At some point I'll show that scarf. I still love it. It's this big chunky thing. It has pockets. I made it extra long, which is completely unneeded, but I still love that scarf. So yes, this is my Higher set, and this is actually how it comes. And I liked Higher. They glided really nicely. I think the Clover Armor ones are just a little bit nicer, but how gorgeous is this to travel with? And I am honestly not sure what my mother-in-law paid for this. So most of the hooks in here are metal. They start off at 2mm, which I've never crocheted with a 2mm hook. I have some really cheap ones. Actually, I've gone pretty low. On some yarn from Darn Good, some of their lace weight yarn. I crocheted like a little colourful colour. I'll put it up here on one day. And then they go all the way up to 10mm. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Is that right? 17 hooks? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the 2 plastic ones. So that is pretty awesome. It is a really nice crochet roll. The silk is beautiful, and the 2 plastic hooks don't have sizes printed on them, so that's one downside. But I'm going to guess there are 12 and a 15. That's probably a fair guess, or maybe a 15 and a 20, and I'm sure I can look it up. So if you're looking for a set of hooks, I actually do really like the Higher ones. They're coloured beautifully, like that rainbow. They're so gorgeous. This might be my new travel set. And I know some people like to have a wider grip or kind of a comfort grip, but I still like just a plain. I like all crochet hooks, honestly. I just like the feel of them in my hand. I like trying the different ones. I haven't found any I really hate except cheap ones. I'm gonna get in trouble, but the ones I really hate come with the hooks and needles kits. Those things are cheap and awful. But anyway, the other gift I got is this Crochet Creatures book, which I just have to show off. I had this on my wish list. This is from my husband, and even though I'm not into amigurumi, just the creatures you get in this book are pretty awesome. The ones I definitely want to make, and this should be pictures, definitely want to make the griffin. There's actually a couple of griffin patterns in here. There's one that's just, this one's a fairly plain griffin. And where's the other one? Oh, that's a wingless griffin. I don't know, nobody really cares that much, but I'm going to show you. So my dog's name is Griffin, so I want to have a winged griffin. And there he is, the little winged griffin. And the patterns look incredibly clear. I've got yarn suggestions, a ton of pictures. This is a really gorgeous book. If you were thinking of getting it, yes, I would say it is going to be worth the price. We've got Valentine's Day coming up, so, you know, get it on your list. What else? So only one more thing to show you, as promised, my new Della bag. So this is the messenger bag. This is kind of more one of the lifestyle bags, but it does have a lot of wonderful yarn features. So it is completely vegan, pleather. I know they say vegan leather. Pleather, it's plastic leather. Vegan leather just doesn't make sense to me. And canvas, and I got it in the purple, official name plum color. There's all these lovely brown details. It has 3 compartments. It has a carry handle on top. It has this wonderful messenger strap, so I can wear it. I've got it very loose because of winter coats, so I can wear it strung that way, which is really nice because I now travel to work on the L train. And don't you hate people with backpacks? And this contains everything I need for work, plus I can fit some yarn in it, which I don't have in here right now. Should have thought that one through, sorry. But I can take the black and white out and show you. There we go, because they're not attached to anything right now. So it has this lovely front pocket here, which usually contains my charger. You know, your phone fits in it, whatever. It has this front pocket here for all your bits and pieces. Mine has a little shopping bag. It has hand cream because I need that. Lip gloss, all the bits and pieces you could, a few little bits and pieces that you could need. You know, it's not a big mom bag, but more than enough. It also came with one of her notebooks and a yarn needle, which is very useful. My one complaint is I wish they had a compartment for this yarn needle. More about that later. Oh, and I'll show you on the back, there's another pocket back here. I actually have my work badge in there. And then the yarn pocket, the most important bit, which has all your lovely yarny features. Oh, the one bit I missed is this lovely kind of stitch marker holder, stroke stitch holder, just like a big safety pin. It's done as a feature on the bag. It goes through these eyelets, so you're not damaging the bag at all. And these are kind of more knitting stitch markers because they've got the closed loop, but as a crochet, it's really pretty. They're the Della little kind of lotus symbol. You could put your own stitch markers on there very easily. But on the yarn side, so this opens really, really nice and wide. You can see in here, there's spaces for your hooks. I don't have a hook out. I'll put a pin in there. It's probably a little narrow. Oh, no, my furls hook actually fits, guys. It fits. So you could totally put your furls hooks in here. Oh, those ones are a little thin. But definitely a set or 2 of circular needles, I would say, if you're a knitter. Or your Tunisian crochet hooks. There's another little pocket down here. There's plenty of space here for your yarn balls. I'm going to pop them in. I'll show you that they're sitting in there very comfortably. When you do come to do your crocheting or knitting, you can feed them through this lovely yarn holder. There's another pocket here. It goes about not quite my hand depth, but you could put a few stitch markers. I don't know, use your imagination. Oh, actually this pocket might be great for these. Maybe I'll move them into here. And then also up close here, it says Della Q. Has this little kind of notched bit of metal. It's a little bit sharp but I'm pressing quite hard. I've got an indent, but I'm not cut. But that is to kind of pull your yarn against, and you can cut a little bit of, use it as a yarn cutter. Now here's where you miss the trick, Della. If you go on to use this, you can totally have the idea, but remember, I just have a gift voucher. So like on the hat case, it would be really cool if they had little cutouts that you can actually slide a yarn needle into here, or even go behind it, just have the end sticking out. So there you go, Della. That new design idea is all yours for some perks for helping design it. But I do love this bag. It's been very hardy. I was really inspired to get a smaller bag because I had like a messenger bag for my old job where I used to carry a laptop a lot. Don't have to do that with this one. And I have a locker at work, which is, I've gone from working from a small company to a big company. And this now fits in my locker much better. Although I actually carry it and I can kind of like stuff it on kind of my work area too, which I couldn't have done with my old one. So this was a great purchase. I love it for kind of being able to work. And that's the other nice thing about being able to put it over your front, because when you do get into your yarn bit, the stand up to do this, you know, you can pull your yarn up and just be kind of working away if you want to on the train or whatever. And the rest of your valuables are all nice and safe. And I hope this is still recording because my phone just warned me I have low battery. I know. Well, thank you so much for tuning in if you've got this far and actually listening. I hope kind of seeing how long some of my work's taking and also my mistakes is giving you some confidence that hopefully mistakes are okay and we're all making them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I would love some comments about those Phil's hook cases. And if there's anything you think that would really help me out as a rookie crocheter, let me know. And hopefully I'll post it on this channel. Have a good crafting week.